All right, guys. Today we are going to talk about the law of compensation. So, what you believe and feel is returned to you. So, this one builds upon the law of cause and effect. So, you guys might feel some overlap. You might feel like it's saying a similar thing. So, the law of compensation is telling us that you reap what you sow. It's also very, very, very worth mentioning. This is a very important Instagram quote here that I think is really vital to add into the conversation of the law of compensation. The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. This law says that you will always be compensated for your efforts and for your contribution, whatever it is, however much or however little. And I love to mention with this that in Waldo Emerson's book, Essays, he discusses compensation, and it's really potent the way that he expresses. They're actually one piece of his teachings that's really my favorite. So Emerson stated that a person will get compensated for his or her efforts and what they have contributed to others in this book called Essays. But my favorite part of his teachings is this: when you give, your reward may not come back right away, all at once, or in the manner that you expected, but it will always come. So if you make an effort in life, you will get compensated for your efforts. Now, one of my most taught on aspects of this law is about one-to-one giving and receiving. And so I want to go on a little tangent and talk to you guys about this understanding of one-to-one giving and receiving, because I think when we talk about the law of compensation, we're often thinking about it almost as like we put the coin into the machine and then we get the thing back. And so, for instance, when I'm talking to my private clients, we'll use the example of calling in more clients for whatever it is that you're selling or offering your business. And a lot of times, we're talking about inspired action. We're talking about the ways that you're giving, the ways that you're showing up. And my clients are like, okay, I went live and I didn't get a client from that. Okay, I sent that email and I didn't get a client from that. This one-to-one exchange of like, I do this thing and I get this back. Or a lot of times we talk about this in the subsects of months or quarters or years. I set this goal for this month, and then the month finishes, and on the 31st, all of my efforts, if I haven't hit that goal, they wipe out, and then I start again for the next month. And so what I encourage you guys to really focus on and really hear when I offer to you that the law of compensation is not stating that this is a one-to-one giving and receiving. It is talking to us about the fact that when you offer to the universe, to source, to others, to yourself, to the very essence and vibration out there into the world, that does come back to you, that will come back to you, that it is a law that will happen. It's not a matter of like, will it or won't it? When you give, you will receive. It might not, as Emerson states, it might not look the way that you thought. It might not be immediate. It might not come in the way that you thought it was going to come in. It might not be right away or even all at once. It might come in little pieces from different places. But this idea and this fixation that a lot of us have been indoctrinated into and taught about, this one-to-one giving. I do this nice thing for this person, or I do this nice thing for my partner, and then they'll do a nice thing for me back. Or they'll do that same thing, that same nice thing back for me. And the law of compensation asks us to expand our understanding of what receiving looks like after we've been giving. That our gift is our presence, is our energy, is our awareness, is our intention, are our thoughts, are our beliefs, are the way that we're feeling and thinking and acting and being open to receiving in many, many different ways, that it is not always a one-to-one exchange. And so I explain this to my clients a lot of times, that your energetic effort does not wipe out on the 31st of the month when you have not hit that goal. It doesn't go, oh, I have to start all over again. Every one of those energetic coins that you put into your piggy bank, they are there. Even if you haven't hit that specific goal or achieved that specific accomplishment, that doesn't just negate all of that effort that you've put out there. The law of compensation says that when you put energy, effort, intention out into the universe, it does come back to you. So here are some examples of how the law of compensation can work. So give love and you will get love in return. Give happiness or be happy and you will get happiness in return. Make another happy, support another happy in their happiness, and happiness will return to you. Spread your wealth and get more wealth in return. This is a big one around abundance and wealth and prosperity, that a lot of us tend to hoard wealth instead of allowing it to flow through us. And when we spread wealth, we get more wealth in return. If we think people are kind, people will be more kind to us. And we can apply this for everything and anything. If we think or feel that people are out to get us, more people will be out to get us. The law of compensation states that what we put out, we will receive. So what you are giving and how you are giving and the quality of your giving is going to determine the quality of your receptivity and what you receive. If you think that money is abundant, money is all around me, money is available, there's so many ways that I can make money, you will have an abundance of money come back to you. If you think that your life is worth living every second, your life will become magical. So based on the law of compensation, you can increase your compensation if you increase the value of your contribution or effort. So for many of us, let's take a deep breath. This starts with presence. How present are you being in your day-to-day? This starts with intention. How intentional are you being about the way that you are offering, the way that you are showing up, the way that you are giving, and feeling? Because you can think one thing, you can do one thing, but if your feeling is not in alignment, that's going to show up in how you receive as well. So what this means for us, we have all heard the idea of what you put out into the world comes back to you, and the law of compensation is addressing just that. However, this law also wants you to be aware of the fact that it is not just, once again, what you say and do, but how you feel and what you believe. If you say you are abundant over and over and over and write it down, but you do not believe it, and you make decisions from a scarcity mindset, that comes back to you. And so scarcity finds its way back to you. If you spend money like you are abundant, but you believe that it can't last, it can't work, it will come back to bite you in the butt later. What you believe and feel is what will be. So I encourage you to consider, what is one way you can consciously use this law in your daily life for expanse and benefit. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments right here. Let me know. Let's collaborate. Let's inspire each other, and let's utilize the law of compensation to our best benefit.